Sweet talk the beanstalk, tell Jack to go and fetch your bank. Try that and upstate, boy, it's a different kind of scene. Went off to college, but college done up me. Couldn't get my master's in truth and loyalty. I said, whoa, light that fuse and run. I said, whoa, I am my father's son. Light that fuse and run. Whoa, light that fuse and run. Whoa, light that fuse and run. Whoa, light that fuse and run. But college done up me. Couldn't get my master's in truth and loyalty. Bang out the buzzword, teaching that blind man to say, you might get the best of him, but you'll never fool me. Now, sweet talk to beanstalk, tell Jack to go and fetch your bank. Try that and upstate, boy, it's a different kind of scene. Went off to college, but college done up me. Couldn't get my master's in truth and loyalty. I said, whoa, light that fuse and run. I said, whoa, I am my father's son. Light that fuse and run. Whoa, light that fuse and run. Went off to college, but college done up me. Couldn't get my master's in truth and loyalty. Bang out the buzzword, teaching that blind man to sing. You might get the best of him, but you'll never fool me. Now, sweet talk to beanstalk, tell Jack to go and fetch your bank. Try that and upstate, boy, it's a different kind of scene. Went off to college, but college done up me. Couldn't get my master's in truth and loyalty. I said, whoa, light that fuse and run. I said, whoa, I am my father's son. Light that fuse and run. Whoa, light that fuse and run. Whoa, light that fuse and run. Whoa, light that fuse and run. tell Jack to go and fetch your bank. Try that and upstate board's a different kind of sing. Went off to college, but college turned out me. Couldn't get my master's in truth and loyalty.
What is up, 24/7 Buff Pandemonium? It's Tuesday. It's 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's 8:01. Who's counting? And that only means one thing, man. It's the Tkgr Report. We're here to talk to you about the London experiment and all the wackiness that went along with that stupid game this last weekend. We're going to talk about this upcoming prime time Giants versus Bills extravaganza. We want to hear a lot from you guys, man. It's just Jerry and I tonight. We're going to have a good conversation. Get in the comments. Throw your questions out. We want to hear from you guys. And I'll tell you what, right after this intro, we're going to get all into it. Here we are, and here it is on another beautiful Tuesday evening. I'm here with one half of the Terrible Twins. It's my boy Jerry. What's going on, Jerry?
Not much. The weather's getting chillier. It's starting to feel more like fall football weather. This past week was kind of upsetting in more ways than just the loss to me. And we'll get to that, obviously. But just chilling here between Cuba, Canandaigua, and Seneca Lake at the FLX Mafia. Can't wait to talk football with all y'all. Go Bills.
Oh, hell yeah, Jerry. Yeah, it was a little bit of a crazy thing, man. I'll tell you that. I know we're going to get all into it with the fam here. Speaking of the fam, man, we are part of the Buff Fan Base Network. Please go support all of their shows. And as part of that, we're sponsored by 26 Shirts right up here. If you were watching our episode last week there, man, we had a very special guest, Mr. Del Reed, and he is the front man of 26 Shirts. And it was a great show. Very, very humble guy. Fun interview. Got to talk a lot of great Bills football with him. That was fun. But him and the gang are doing great things over at 26 Shirts. Go over there, spend your whole paycheck. Be responsible to be responsible. It'll be great, Be a good time. Let's see, in the comments, we got our boy Patrick Hughes. He said, "What's up, Mafia? What do you want to talk about?" That is a good question. We are here for you guys tonight, man. It's Scooter's anniversary. Him and his beautiful wife are off having a nice time tonight. So we're covering it all tonight here. Just, you got half the twins with double the energy, I feel like, from Jerry, really, is what's going on. We got John saying, something other than Sunday. Hell yeah. We can talk something, whatever you guys want, man. Doug says, not exactly happy Tuesday, but happy Tuesday, y'all. I feel you, Doug. It was a rough one, man. Hello, everyone. Still my team, no matter what. That's right, John Johns. How you doing, brother? Adam says, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Rough morning Sunday. Injury bug biting us, but we'll bounce back. Go Bills. That's right, Adam. I think that's the through line that Jerry and I are going to try and pitch to you guys tonight, man. We've been in this spot, and I swear to God, the national media is there every other week about Josh Allen, right? If he wins, then, well, can he keep it up? And if he wins again, well, yeah, but there's always some kind of excuse. But if he loses, man, they are all over him. He doesn't want it. Stephon Diggs doesn't want to be here anymore. All this crazy stuff comes out, and it's like, you look at the stats from that game. If you just looked at the stats, that does not look like somebody that didn't do 100% their part. And we'll get into all that. Oh, we got Facebook users. Oh, that must be from the group, I'm thinking, man. If you are out over on our group, 24/7 Buff Pandemonium, just throw your name right next to you, or else we're going to get this. What's up, y'all, from Facebook user? What's up, Facebook user? Hey, Mafia from Facebook user. I know who this one is. It's Rob Mullen. It's Bedlam. It's Pandemonium. It's 24/7 Buff Pandemonium. You can check out Rob Mullen's awesome blogs. The All 22 has been blowing up over on our website, 247buffpandemonium.com. We have the injury report over there from Dr. Bruce. We have our boy Zach doing some stuff. RT hops on there every once in a while. We might be having a new feature with my buddy Kyle. He's a season ticket holder. He likes to do little stories about his experiences from them seats. So go check that out. We got Lisa Johns. What's up, Lisa?
Hey, Lisa.
Facebook user Jarrod and Swank. Is that your music in the background? Why, yes, it is. Yes, it is. The Endless Mountain Derelicts. You can check us out on all streaming platforms. We just put out a new album called Good Goddamn, and it's a pretty good time, I think, Jerry. I don't know how you feel about it. You can say it
Yeah,
sucks.
I enjoy
it's okay.
it. I enjoy it. I listen to it. Actually, when I'm doing stuff at work that's not involved working on people, I usually throw that on and listen to it. They got a lot of good stuff on there.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Lisa was asking, is anybody else hearing that Cole Beasley is coming back? I have not heard a single word about that. Last I heard, the Giants had some interest. I don't think it ever went anywhere. Jerry, you know anything about that?
I think it's one of those things that once you get an injury bug on this Buffalo Bills team, you start hearing rumors about anybody and everybody that the Bills fans eventually loved. So Beasley is one of those guys, and I don't know. I haven't heard anything, just the fans saying it. So
yeah, I'll tell you what, man. We did make a signing to the practice squad here. It was rumored yesterday and made official today. Josh Norman has come back to Buffalo. I don't think he played anywhere last year.
I don't think so either.
I know he knows the team or the scheme. He's, I don't know how much of a help he's going to be. I have high hopes. We were talking about this a little bit, and I'm sure we'll dive into it deeper. But I don't want us to get into the same old habits that we had before. The first time around for me with John Brown and Cole Beasley, that was a great time. Everybody had a great time. This last time, the reunion, I don't think was quite as sweet. I'd like to see him make a bigger move if they're going to do that. I think in the corner kind of area, personally, a bigger corner. But there are people out there saying that they should try and go out and get Jerry Jeudy and swing for the fences, and offense wins games and blah, blah, blah. And we can get into all that tonight. All of it. We got.
So it looks like he played for the Panthers last year for 2 games.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Game started 1 before they let him go. But he's 35 years old. I think he still might have a little bit in the tank. There's other players out there that are still playing for cornerbacks, playing for teams that people just can't stop talking about, that are older than him. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah,
you got
man.
to fill that roster, though. We got injuries. You got to fill the roster somehow.
Yeah, it's the truth, man. That cap isn't looking too great for that kind of thing, though. Bean is a genius, and he does have enough to do what he needs to do. But big splash stuff, I think you're looking trade deadline for anything enormous. And that would be that would mean moving money off our roster to bring more money. It's going to be interesting to keep an eye on here. We got Casey saying, "Happy anniversary, Scooter." Oh, let's see. Facebook user, what do you think about Goodell's experiment? Ooh, that's a great topic. You know what, Jerry? Go ahead, man. Tell me, what do you think about Goodell's interview and this so-called London experiment? Because I think you had a hot take on this when they should have done it if that's what they were going to do. And I've been telling everybody that comes to me about it, about what you were saying. And I like where you were at with it. But what do you think about this London experiment?
First of all, why all of a sudden are we hearing about this after the fact? And did both teams know about this going into it? We're blaming the Buffalo Bills organization for leaving on Thursday. Did they have a choice with that? So there's a lot of ifs, ands, what's going on with this whole thing. I love the NFL to an extent. I love my Buffalo Bills more, but the NFL is looking pretty shady now.
You can say shitty. It's okay.
Shitty. If they're worried about people's health, players' health, why are they doing these experiences? If you're going to do it during the preseason, first of all.
Yes. That's the take that I love, dude. That is absolutely the take I love. If you wanted to see what a team was going to do if they had 2 weeks of staying over there as opposed to 3 days, like the preseason's the time to do it, not an AFC matchup that has playoff implications in the heat of like the beginning, like the first quarter of the season. Like these two teams could very well be facing each other in the playoffs, and you just threw it out there like it was, you know, some like science experiment in a high school. Like you can't do that. This is billions of dollars. Like, and that probably answers the question as to why the experiment even took place. But I'm sorry, continue.
No, exactly. It's like, why? What's the long run for this? Like, there's sports medicine everywhere. There's calculations for everything. There's how you measure oxygen levels in people's muscles, how long they can run for, how all that activity. If you're going to look to see how that affects people, do it in the preseason. Take the numbers of the teams you're going to do it with, of their players, like their O2 levels and all that, then put them over there, then try to figure it out. There's so many different ways they could have done this. A part of me wonders if they picked this 5th week game because they figured the Bills were going to do good or be good, and they figured that the Jacksonville Jaguars were just going to continue from last year and struggle. So they're going to have a crappy team going against a good team. Let's see how well this good team adapts against a crappy team if they've been there longer. So it's just mind-boggling to me. And all for what? London, they play soccer. Let them play soccer. I don't want to go over there anymore if they're going to treat our athletes like shit. And they pulled the grass and put that artificial turf up there.
So that's the whole other topic that, we're ready to get into. I mean, Taron Johnson had a whole thing about it. Artificial turf versus grass has been a huge thing this year already. I mean, we're going into week 6 and there's so many players coming out against it. There's, the whole players union is trying to get every stadium to switch over to it. And then you allow London to do something like that where you were going to play on a grass field and at the last second they switch it out for turf. And all of a sudden, I mean, I see you guys in the comments out there, and please keep it going. You're killing it. But like Daquan Jones, Matt Milano. I mean, how many, both tight ends, how many players have to go down in one sitting? Like, losing was bad enough, but like the injuries are what like is killing me about it, and they're unnecessary. It's completely avoidable. I don't know. I just don't have a good taste in my mouth, and I didn't have a good taste in my mouth when they put it on the schedule. I didn't like that the Jags were going to be over there 2 weeks in a row, and that this was considered a goddamn Bills home game to begin with. It's not. It never was. I will say, Bills Mafia showed up over there. There was a lot of mafia over there, and good for you guys, man. I hope everybody had a blast until, Sunday morning came around. But it just, I don't know, blows my mind, that you could do this to a team with such high aspirations. And I'll disagree with you about Jacksonville, man. I don't think anybody thought that they were going to be a slouch coming in this year. I think that when the schedule was made, they knew it was going to be a matchup. And I think if they were trying to experiment, it's kind of like all the mafia conspiracy theorists, right, that are like, they're always against us. It's hard to argue. It's hard to argue when stuff like this happens, I'm not saying that the league is against us, but it's hard not to feel like that sometimes when this kind of stuff starts happening, and it's completely unavoidable. Completely avoidable, and nobody's got any answers for any of it. You know what I mean? It's like, has anybody from the NFL came out and been like, well, yeah, we shouldn't have done that with the turf, or, oh, well, yeah, we shouldn't have done that with the 2 weeks. Like, nobody's addressing it. They're just like, quit bitching. It's just a bunch of Bills fans like crying about it. It's like, it's not just fans. It's players, it's coaches, it's like, it's a lot of people.
It's careers. Yeah. It's these young men's careers and their livelihood. They just messed with.
We had some people asking about, let's see here, Mary Jane Brown Hughes. Good evening. Heard both tight ends were hurt. What happened? Our boy Daniel Green, right on it. Kincaid concussion. He's in protocol right now. Knox has a wrist injury. I'm hoping, it's Tuesday. Kincaid came back in the game, and then they put him in protocol afterwards, which is a weird way to do that.
I think he's out of protocol now.
He is?
That's what I heard yesterday, that he was out of protocol. He was in it for just.
I heard he was in it this morning.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. It was on Jeremy and Joe this morning on WGR. So we'll have to check into that. Maybe hey Rob, can you look that up for me, buddy? See what's going on with that. Knox, yeah, he has a wrist injury. Milano, obviously, I don't know if it's become official, but I believe he's out for the season.
They're looking to hope that there's no knee ligament damage. There's been speculation that it's just
I'm wondering why that's
MCL.
taking so long. Like,
Right, yeah.
why hasn't he?
Swelling.
I guess maybe. Yeah. That's a good
So
call.
hopefully, if it's just a meniscus tear, that's better than an MCL, ACL, or PCL or anything like that. So we're hoping for at the worst. We know it's a broken leg. At second worst, we hope it's just a meniscus tear, not any of the laterals or medial ligaments.
Yeah, that would be good, I guess. That could possibly get him back for a playoff push if it's just a broken bone.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, let's see here. Adam, I'd take Beasley over Norman. The most memorable moment he had here was getting trucked by Derrick Henry. That is literally one of the most famous memories I have of him being here too. And
he does have a pick six.
He did, yes. I think that was the game before. And then Henry leveled him, and then I don't remember him doing much of anything after that. Yeah.
We had to answer a lot of questions about that image that you don't see the end of.
Yeah, no doubt.
Was that you?
Ellen Larch, yo, everybody, please join me in sending love to Brent and Diana on the loss of their dear mom, Diane. Yeah, that's some sad stuff, Ellen.
Sorry to hear that. Brother
Brent, Diana, we're definitely thinking of you. Love you. They are some of the originals started with us here 4 years ago. So, yeah, we've been thinking about you guys. Patrick Hughes, Big Baller Bean should do his cap magic and go trade for Patrick Surtain II. Ooh, yeah, I think we've been talking about that in our fantasy chat a little bit. I mean, there's a lot of possibilities, right? I mean, who knows? Who knows who's out there? I didn't know Vaughn was a possibility when Vaughn got, when we picked him up, I had no idea. So it's just, God.
Go watch his 20 plays this past week. It's
good to have him back.
Let them do what they need. Yes, let him ease back in. He's a force.
A lot of people giving a lot of love to Roger Goodell in the comments. What's up, Cookie? On to the next. I like that Facebook user at 8:11 p.m., man. For sure. What's up, 24/7? How you doing? Let's see. Casey, if the NFL did that, they own that loss and should pay for the injuries. Yeah. Unfortunately. I think Goodell's he's appointed by the owners, right? Isn't that how that works?
I believe what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% on that, but it makes sense.
So it's, it's almost like that position exists to put a little bit of a buffer between the owners and the players, so the owners can be like, what's this guy doing? And really, he just represents everything the owners want, So it's like, yeah, and they're like, well, look at this clown over here. Don't look over here.
Over here. I'm going to go back to the whole turf thing and switching it out.
Sure.
It kind of makes you wonder, does the NFL want to expand to other continents, or does London want us over there? Because if London wanted us over there, they'd let the NFL do what they wanted, right? Like, we want grass. Because apparently they said, no, we don't want your players messing up our field.
Yeah. I think they've been trying for so long to do it. They've been dabbling here and there, and the failed Toronto experiment. We can talk about that, taking away all those freaking home games from season ticket holders, which Rob Mullen, I'm at that comment now from about 8 minutes ago. Goodell burned us twice by not only forcing us to adjust on short notice, he also took away a true home game from the season ticket holders. Absolutely. It's a great point. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious from this last Sunday. I think that is the first time I've seen the Bills play over there, or really any team aside from the Jags. And I'll include the Jaguars. That's the most I've seen the color of the home team in a stadium in a foreign country. Usually it's, hey, there's a football game and whatever fan of whatever team shows up, and it's like it's a rainbow in there. You got New Orleans Saints and Chiefs and you got everything. It's not like I'm here to see the Bills. It's like I'm here to watch football, you know? And to me that's more of like a local, you know, a lower level whatever D3 kind of like college thing where it's like, yeah, you want to go check the game out? Like that's how I feel they looked at it, you know. And this year I'll admit there's more people. We travel well. We supplied a lot of tourist income for London here this last weekend, and showed out and the fans did their part, man, as they always do. But it's a good point. What do you guys think in the comments, man? Like, is this a London thing or an NFL thing? I lean towards an NFL thing because I think they just want to take over the world. Like, I really do. But I think it's ridiculous. Like I said, I think they've been banging their head against the wall. London is literally the closest thing to what they wanted, to what they've wanted in all these years that they've been doing it. But they've still been going to, how many years have been going to London for games?
Yeah.
And they can't, you know, they still can't justify like playing more than a handful of games over there a year or so. I don't know. It's lame to me. I don't like it. Facebook user says Bruce Smith said as long as the Bills are bringing old fellas back. Hell yeah, dude. I'll take Bruce. I bet you he'll still end quarterbacks' careers. Let's go.
Bad things.
See, I would very much like to see him throw Daniel Jones right into Dable on the sideline this weekend. So if we can get one day contract, it would be happy times for me. Let's see. Doug says Ravens are going over early because they went Friday last year and got beat. Oh, boat raced against the Jags. Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. What do you do? There was so much news about it beforehand, right? I was listening to like these dudes on WGR that were like, it's not so much before, it's after, and then it's like, no, it's like right when you get there, and then you got to get on it. No, you got to set your clock to New York time. It's like, it's different for everybody, you know, like all of us are different, you know. The thing is, like, I think it's ludicrous to think of it as a team issue. It's not a team issue, it's a player issue, you know, like blood pressures are different, you know, just like different chemical, like whatever, man. Like you fly different than I fly. Everybody, you know what I mean? It's just, it could take me 3 days and you could get off the plane and run a marathon and go to the bar for 5 hours. Like, you know,
some players can't even play in Denver because of sickle cell anemia, you know, because of genetic stuff. So even within their own, you know, country here, some players can't play with it. And going back to what I said earlier, if this was an experiment, I don't think the Bills had a say when they can leave. Somebody interviewed Travis Etienne and said when they played the Atlanta Falcons, they were kind of fatigued and jet lagged, but when they played the Bills, they felt totally different. So there is an impact, and that's what Goodell was trying to figure out. And I hope he got his answers, like we said, but there is a big difference. It doesn't matter when you leave. I think the NFL made them leave at this time just to see how their bodies would react.
Yeah, like you're saying, man, preseason, that's the time for preseason. 100%. You made that point, and it's just, it hit home for me. You know, that's something that's just like staring you right in the face. You know, like screw around in preseason with that kind of crap. Don't do it when the games count and they matter. And this is going to have real implications down the line. You know, AFC wins, man. Second tiebreaker, like, you know, or third tiebreaker, whatever. It's just, I don't know, ridiculous to me. Adam says,
taking a break.
What's that?
Scott says, hey, he must be taking a break. Hi, Ellen, are you there watching too?
Uh-oh, don't get him in trouble. Must be a different Scott. Facebook user, eat a mint, helps with the bad taste you say you have in your mouth. Yeah, that's nice. I like that. Jags will be in England in 5 years or less. We've talked about this in different situations, and Jerry, I think you were the one that brought it up, that one of the theories is that they're going to do basically a division over there, right? There'll be like a NFL Euro or something, and they'll throw 4 teams over there, and those 4 teams will beat up on each other for their set of like divisional games and then face off and travel over here. I just
Another
don't
thing you
see
could
how it
do is
works.
if you do that, then week 5 is when buys start to happen. So play your division for the first 4 weeks, and then when you have a bye, what they need to do is if they want people to travel over there after another team's been there, you have to have them coming off a bye, so it gives them time to get over there and adjust. If you're doing it right after a game, it doesn't make sense. Give them that bye to acclimate.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Maybe that's how they do it.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. It still seems like with 4 teams over there, it seems like too many teams traveling too far, doing too much. I just don't see how it works. But maybe, I mean, playing the buys, I can see that. Adding another week, adding another buy, I could see something like that happening. I just think it's a waste of time. It's it's the National Football League, man. It's not the International Football League. It's the National Football League. Put a team in
If you wanna-
Hawaii. I'll go. I'll go to an
Yeah.
away game.
Oh yeah. If you want to make money with these teams, stop going to London and move the teams in the states here that don't fill their stadiums, Miami, and
Uh-huh.
put them to a place where people want to go to games.
There you go.
Make the Buffalo Bills Stadium 100,000. I bet you people would fill that in.
Ooh, I don't
Make
know
up the
about
money here.
I'll tell you, it was packed at that Miami game.
Oh yeah.
Crazy. Oh, let's see here. You guys are killing it, man. It's almost 8:30. We haven't really even talked about that game. We've just talked about the circumstances of that game. I'll admit something to all you guys right here in the 24/7 BF family. I turned 40 on Friday, and we went out Saturday night, and I missed the first quarter of the game. Sunday sessions did not happen. Scott had the foresight to not book that show because neither of us could make it, or he anticipated I couldn't make it. But we had a good time, whatever. Didn't miss much in the first quarter, seems like. Got up and it was 11-0, and then I just kind of watched it unfold. A lot of criticism of Dorsey, a lot of criticism of Josh Allen, lack of a run game. Jerry, what was your overall thoughts from this game this last Sunday? And we'll zip it right through along and we'll move on to the Giants game. But I just wanted to hear your thoughts on the game.
Yeah, so it was frustrating to watch. Game of inches, we missed a lot of inches. Jacksonville Jaguars moved up and down the field at will. We got our turnovers when we needed to stay in the game. But the big thing that keeps sticking out to me is on both sides of the ball, the officiating was absolutely horrible on both sides, Jacksonville and Buffalo. Buffalo got a roughing the passer that was on Allen from Allen, and I thought that was a clean hit. And then there was just a lot of bad calls. There was more penalties than there actually on the paper because there were a lot of penalties negated because they didn't accept them. So I feel like the refs took over that game, which is a shame. The Bills still held in. They were down to an onside kick that Tyler Bass put perfectly, a perfect bounce, and you just needed a player there to get it. And one more thing that I get confused about that I want to ask the Pandemonium is if you are chasing after a ball and you swat it out of bounds, is that a penalty? I'm not sure. So that's it.
Was that a facetious question?
Yeah, there was 2 times that Jacksonville swiped
yeah.
the ball. One of them was on that onside kick, and if that's a penalty, it should have been called for a redo kick. But anyway, it was one of those games where things were just bouncing Jaguars way, and you knew it was going to continue. And the Bills held on best they could, but just ended up on the losing side.
It happens, man.
Yep.
The thing is, like, you can still put yourself in a position. They should have never been in the position to not win that game for me. And I think their play through the second half was pretty damn good. Even with the injuries they were suffering, I would have liked to see more James Cook. I would have liked to see them kind of stick to the previous game plan. I don't really think that this defense was anything. I mean, I think last week in the show, I said, we faced rougher defenses than this for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, it's like, if this is like an average to like slightly above average defense, like they should roll them. And there's no reason I wanted this to be a game like this is a game the Bills win and they're supposed to win, they win, and you don't even really think about it. That should have been this game. And it shouldn't have been like, take a seat and just let it happen. It should be like you game plan, you go in, you crush them because you're the Bills and that's what you do. And that's what this game is. And I want to get back to that. Like, I want to get back to that confidence. And really for me, like, I know the offense struggled there early on and stuff. The defense, man, I know the injury bug, all that stuff, but cover Calvin Ridley. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That was bumming me out. 3rd and long, you get him in a spot, and then, no Groot, no Daquan, you got Vaughn on a snap count. It's, and they're still kind of getting the pressure and they're still kind of making it all happen. And then, you let Calvin Ridley rip you apart for, way too many yards. That was bumming me out.
They went 10 for 18 on 3rd downs, but a lot of that number of those 10s were on big 3rd downs to keep drives going. And that was frustrating to watch. I was disappointed in Tkgr Elam. I thought he didn't play well.
Yeah. Oh my
especially
God.
with the man-to-man coverage. He was letting those catches to really happen majority of the game. So that was frustrating.
Are we done? Are we done with Tkgr now? Guys in the
so.
comments, let us know. I mean, we love anybody that rocks this jersey, but you can see why he's been sitting. You can see why he hasn't been active. And it's a bummer. It's a big bummer. I mean, he's still young. He's absolutely still young. You can still make these little excuses for him, but this is a week-to-week league. And right now, we're hurting at corner, and he does not look like he can get the job done. You know what I mean? And Calvin Ridley's a hell of a player, but he missed a year. He's in a new system. He seems to be clicking a little bit with Trevor Lawrence. It just should not have happened the way it happened, as far as I'm concerned. So we need a little bit better play from that spot for sure. I do like Paul Rossi saying, trying to stay positive. Williams was flying to the ball in his first real action at linebacker, going to build our backups like we did last year while staying competitive against the world. I love that take, Paul. Good get.
Nope, I'm happy about Dorian too.
Oh, let's see. Rob Mullen, Jack's owner Khan is already committed to the NFL and moving the team to London. They likely won't simply because of the logistics for teams to make the trip on a weekly basis, and proof now that a home team there will benefit from these logistics. Yeah. I don't know, man. So to me, if the Jags move over there, you got to expand, right? Because you're not going to get 3 other teams to move over there, right? If you're going to do what you were saying, Jerry, with the division.
You think it'd have to be another vote system, like all 32 teams or 31 have to agree with that.
Yeah, the owners would have to, for sure. And they've already said, like, the reason there hasn't been another expansion in the NFL is because offensive linemen. There's not enough good offensive linemen to keep, 34 teams, 36 teams competitive. You're going to spread the old linemen out so far that nobody's going to be able to play, and you're not going to get these 70 to, 20 games that everybody wants to see. I'm good with like low 30s, man. Like, that used to be a blowout when I was a kid. Like, I'm good with that. I don't need 70 points, dude. All right. You're doing great in the comments, man. Don't forget we're part of the Buff Fan Base Network. Go check out all the shows. Follow them on Twitter. Also sponsored by 26 Shirts. Go over to 26shirts.com. They have a ton of different shirts. They do a different one and connect it to a local family in need. Couldn't believe when Dell said 1.8 mil. They've raised over 1.8 mil since their start, and that's just incredible, man. Incredible.
Yeah.
So
something small turns into something huge.
Oh, we got Ryan Hickman. What's up, Ryan? How you doing, brother? Over on the Facebook user. Josh Cook, is Tyrod getting the start Sunday? I like Cookie, man. He pushes us right into segues. Let's go. We're turning the page. It's week 6, baby. We got a winning record. We're second in the division right now. Can't go wrong with that. got the tiebreaker if we can catch up to them Dolphins, who did a lot of squeaking this last week, by the way, about how we're a bunch of crybabies because we couldn't adjust. I saw this one post. It was kind of funny where they were like, the Bills want to postpone the Giants game a week because they say the Giants have been in the States longer than the Bills have been, blah, blah, blah. It was cute. It was really cute. That's the only way I'm going to describe that bullshit. I am looking forward to this game, Jerry. I'm very much looking forward to this game. I don't care about our injuries so much. I think it's a good week for some of these dudes to get healthy because, to me, in my mind, Brian Daboll is doing exactly what all of us on this show predicted he was going to do, and he's showing his true colors in his second year as the Giants head coach. And I love it. I absolutely love it. All of the worst parts of the offense and the scheme that he put in place that we all hated, that seems to be what the majority of the offensive play calling is for the New Jersey Giants right now. And it's entertaining for me. So we got a primetime game. If you're in here for 1 o'clock games, man, you're in for a wait. It's not going to happen for a while. But Sunday Night Football this Sunday against the New Jersey Jets back home in Buffalo. Jerry, tell me, what do you think about this offensive mastermind that we're going up against in Brian Daboll?
Yeah, that's a struggling Giants offense. They've let up 38 sacks already this season in 5 games. Yeah, I think Tyrod and Jones got sacked 6 or 7 times last game. Their leading rusher is a quarterback, Daniel Jones, and the offense of weapons, they spread them all out everywhere, but they don't really. Their leading receiver's a tight end, so it's struggling. Their offensive line is like, it's just a filter. It just lets everybody in. They're not in good shape. Their running back games not great. The offense just is horrible. I feel sorry for Tyrod. They don't know if Daniel's playing or Tyrod. I don't know who I prefer to watch, but they're both going to be scrambling around regardless of who it is Sunday night. And the offense that's not doing well is going to face a defense that's going to have some young kids coming in and trying to make a name for themselves to fill in for the injuries. And I think this is a great time for it. Like you said earlier, Swank, this is a prime time for a lot of these young kids to get in the spotlight and make big plays. And I think that's going to happen, especially because we still have a great front four, even with Daquan Jones being out, which is sad. But I think it's going to be prime for Poona Ford maybe to come in and show his push, settle to play more. And it's great. We didn't even talk about Epinesa yet, but
yeah,
him coming off of last week, this hopefully that continues. It's just this offense is in trouble.
Hell yeah,
game
man.
to get back to.
Hell yeah. I think this is Epinesa's year. I think, the last couple seasons I've been wanting it. I've been wanting to see him break out. I think it's finally clicking for him. And I would love to see him come in and own this game opposite of Vaughn. I would just absolutely love it. I'm not saying that I would not love to see Leonard Floyd and Groot out there healthy and destroying, but it's just I think that he can start to flash and he can make some of these splash plays that, we're really stoked with Bernard doing. Like some of the stuff that you drafted him for. He was a project. He was another one of those projects. He was like the guy everybody forgot about, and nobody wanted to take a chance on except for Brandon Beane, right? And I can just see him. He's got the chip on his shoulder. He's got the speed. He's a menace. When he hits you, he hits you. It's just like we were saying these last couple seasons, them puppy legs, man. It's like his legs are going faster than his body. You get too far out, or he'd hit somebody late, or whatever. Now the game's slowing down for him, and you can tell. And he's making some decent plays. And I wouldn't be surprised if maybe he was a bold prediction later on in the show.
He's getting to the quarterback. He's knocking the balls down. The best thing for a player to grow is experience. And he's also getting a taste of what that success is. So once you taste that, man, you want more, you want more, you want more. You're going to have good leadership on the sidelines, like, Von Miller letting filling you in if you're getting too hyped and stuff like that. It's a great mentor for him to have. So he's in a good spot right now. And I just love seeing this kid from Iowa just coming up, man.
Hell yeah. What are you thinking about our boy Dorian Williams coming in? I'm assuming that he's going to be filling in for Milano's slot, right? Got his feet wet a little bit this last Sunday.
Mhm.
What do you expect to see out of him?
So when preseason came along and Coach McDermott said that Dorian Williams is going to be playing outside linebacker, a lot of people were like, "What? I
Yeah.
thought we got him for middle linebacker." Then we know who's playing middle linebacker now. That was kind of something that we didn't see coming. And Bernard's doing freaking great things there.
Well, I'll tell you, your brother saw it coming. I'll give it to
True.
him. Scott called it. You know, he was going to come off this injury and he was going to be the starting middle linebacker. And here we are. Splash, splash.
So kudos to McDermott for seeing that and obviously, letting that happen, because Dorian Williams playing outside throughout the preseason is just going to benefit him for this time right now when Milano's injured. So he had those puppy legs, missed a couple tackles this past week, but now he's got more than half a game in real speed. So let's see what happens this week. The Giants really haven't had a big play this year. As long as the safeties and everybody can keep things in front of them, I think you might see Dorian Williams racking up the tackles like crazy this next weekend.
I like it. The other thing is we don't know where Saquon's status is going to be coming into this week either. He's been inactive the last couple weeks. I could see him possibly playing. I know that that's a worry in some people's minds. We've given up some yards here and there. The Jets this last weekend, too many. But I keep going back to Josh Jacobs. Like, if all you have is a running back, I think we're okay. Like, I think they can game plan for that, and it's not as big a deal. I don't think that Daniel Jones or Tyrod Taylor have enough athleticism to really make us look a fool in any capacity that I would be scared of. I think the biggest thing would be if they could create enough time, either scrambling or extending a play, to where some of these lesser corners might not quite be on the ball the way we want them to be. I could see some stuff happening there. But for the most part, I think the job is going to get done. The thing that sucks is, like, every level of defense, there are injuries. Every single level. And that's rough, man, especially after you see how this defense came out swinging the first part of the season. Casey Nicole says, going to have to watch on mute. We have Collingsworth. Yep. Get the roll. The roll in.
Yeah.
Let's see. Josh says, I hope Dorsey commits to the run. The Jersey Giants have been horrible at stopping the run. My little brother, James, should have a big game. Hell yes. What are we thinking about our offense, man? I mean, this Giants defense, you got Thibodeau. He's somebody to look at. Other than that, there's not a whole lot that frightens me on there. So
if it wasn't for Tua's bad throws this past week, I think he had 2 interceptions and they had a fumble, 3 turnovers. One actually went for a touchdown. This defense would have been blown out. That would have been another 50, 60-point game by the Miami Dolphins. So I know you can't go back and, do that kind of stuff because the game's a game. But if it wasn't for those 3 bad throws by Tua, this would have been a blowout. So Thibodeau is a threat. He's a big guy. He can get in there. But this defense, like Josh said, has a lot of holes up front. And watching the highlights from this past weekend, that Miami offensive line was able to push those defenders back, and nobody was touching the running back until 4 yards down the field. So I'm right there, Josh. I think, if you want to come in and settle down and not be so crazy after coming back from London, keep the ball on the ground. And we have 3 guys that can do it, ground and pound, and just beat them 28-0. 1 drive or 2 drives per half, whatever.
Yeah.
But we'll see. But with James Cook, he could take one quick. So we'll see what happens. And I'm hoping for a run game too.
I want to see a run game. I don't think I want to see it as completely dominant of the play calls as what you're alluding to. I want to see him beat him up. I want them to beat them up with the run early and then take advantage of them over the top. I want to see everything. I want the Bills to like really lay it out this week and be like, we are the team that beat Miami. We do beat the teams that we're supposed to beat. We're a juggernaut in this league, whether our defense is 100% healthy or not. Right? If all of these pundits and armchair GMs and content creators who have said that, it doesn't matter. Why are we going after defense? Defense doesn't matter. You just got to outscore. Look at the Chiefs. That's what they do. They just score and score and score. I would say to them, look at the Chiefs right now. The Chiefs are not playing any better ball than the Buffalo Bills are right now. I mean, it is not what it was last year or 2 years ago to me. And I know that they start slow and then they get better and hot and they have all this experience and blah, blah, blah. If you're comparing these two teams right now, that's what I should have done. That'll be the rattle the reeds next week. Don't cheat. The comparison of stats between the Chiefs and the Bills right now, because I can't see too much of a difference as far as their level of play and point differential and all that. So that'll be interesting. But I think you're going to get a well-rounded game. I think they're going to go out and do everything they do well. That's what I'm seeing this week.
Yeah, the offense really had 2 bad quarters this season. The last 4 games. And if you look at how the yard breakdown was for the Jacksonville Jaguars the second half, our offense was on fire. So besides the run game, Josh Allen was on fire. I think he got most of his 300 passing yards in 2 quarters. So
yeah,
that's not going to stop. It's like I said, it was a game of inches. We weren't getting those inches. And come home, relax, prime time. Josh Allen does well in prime time.
Yep.
So let's see what happens.
Paul Rossi, 450 plus yards. Lou RQ. What's up, Lou? Hey, Allen, 158 passer rating again. Get the rest. Let's go. Hell yeah. Casey says, bring out all the stops and come in swinging. And Paul Rossi says, throw Dable a beating. I love it. With that being said, man, I think it's time we get to our predictions here. What do you say, buddy? Do you got your brothers handy?
I do. I can throw them out quick if you want.
Well, we'll go back and forth as the two of us, and you can give us his. But let's start with bold prediction. What do you got for a bold prediction?
My bold prediction is the defense will settle down. The defensive line is going to carry them, and they're going to have 6+ sacks.
Damn.
Again, that offensive line from the Giants is scary bad, and Tyrod Taylor's not as fast as he used to be, and Jones is getting beat up a lot. 38 sacks in 5 games. So look for the Bills defense to eat. Let's go one more with Poona Ford will get his first sack.
Ooh, all right. What your brother got?
Scott has Allen goes for 4 TDs.
4 TDs. I like it. 1 offense, 1 defense. Ooh. I know I flaunted something early, but I think my bold, I'm bouncing around a little bit. I think Epinesa gets it done, man. I think he comes in with his rotations. I think you're going to see that boy get 2 sacks. And I think the depth on this team is going to be the big tell of what happens this weekend. And you want them in there to get them reps. So I think him especially, and you're going to see a lot of linebacker play and depth and corner depth, get a lot of snaps. And I think this is the game to get it done. I think when we were looking, what was it? Miami, at the Miami game, people started going down. That defense did not change. The defensive play did not dip. I know that they're starting to stack up now, but you're going to get a couple of these guys are going to come back. You know what I mean? I think the scheme that McDermott's running right now just lends itself to these young players. And you got like Epinesa, who's leading that pack, that's got a lot to prove. So I see him down either Danny Boy or Tyrod twice.
I like it. Or 1 apiece.
Hey, sure. Why not? Ooh, what do you got? Let's see. Facebook user says, bold prediction, Kincaid will play and will finally get a long seam route TD. There's a lot of complaints about how Kincaid has not been getting, passes his way or averaging 3.5 air yards. That's way less than what Beasley had. He's supposed to be Big Beasley, Let's see. Rob says, bold prediction, Bills defense turns Dable's offense over 5 times and sacks Jones 6 times, with Floyd getting a hat trick of sacks. I love it, dude. I love Leonard Floyd. John John's bold prediction, offense bounces back and lights up the scoreboard with 5 passing TDs and 2 running. Damn. Paul Rossi says 5 sacks across the D-line. Vaughn, Oliver, Epinesa, Lloyd all get 1.
I like it.
Nice. What we got for an X Factor over there? What's your brother got?
Scott's X Factor is Dorian Williams filling in the role of Milano. I like it.
Yeah. I'm going to go James Cook. That running game. I'd like to see the 3-headed monster, but I would specifically like to see Jimbo get over 100 and at least a TD, if not 2. What do you got for yours, Jerry?
Mine's going to be cornerback play. I know we're going to see what happens. Hopefully Benford comes back. I know he's getting better. Let's see where Josh Norman fits. Let's see Dane Jackson coming in. But it's going to be one of those games. I know, like I said, the Giants offense has lots of holes up front. If you could take away that first read like they did against Miami, those quarterbacks are going to have a long day, 6+ sacks, but it's going to be also helped out by that CB play.
I like it. Doug, he says his Kincaid prediction was him. Dude, I don't know what's going on. See, well, like, with StreamYard, we can stream out the different avenues and destinations, and the Facebook group, for some reason, man, it was giving us trouble all last season. This season, they kind of fixed it, so we're able to send it there in the FLX Mafia page. But I don't know what's going on. It just doesn't let you. It doesn't let us see a name, so you might as well just go over to our page, 24/7 Buff Vandemonium, and comment there, which looks like most of you guys are. Casey says, would love to see the Bills drop over 70 on the Giants. Hell yeah. Doug says X Factor Hardy continues to pick up big first downs. Hardy's been doing well, man. He's been picking it up. I like to see Sherfield in the mix a little bit too here. Bold prediction, Cook, Harris, Murray all get TDs. Damn.
I like that one. Yep.
X Factor linebacker play. I thought it said linebacker party, and I was like, that's dope. All right, what do we got for a score prediction over there? Well, let's see. You want me to go first?
Sure.
All right, I'll go first here. I'm going to say that we do what we do, and this is going to be handled. It's just handled game. 43-13, Buffalo Bills in a blowout that you haven't seen since the Miami Dolphins came to town. Booyah to ya. What do you got, Jerry?
Mine's pretty close to yours. I have 42-10 Buffalo Bills.
All right. Less respect than I do for the Giants. I didn't know that was going to be possible. Awesome. Let's see. Was your brother got a shutout?
No, Scott has it a little bit closer. He has 31-17.
All right. Let us hear your score predictions. I know you guys threw them up there a little earlier. Josh says 42-3 Bills. I love it.
Last second field goal to break that shutout.
That was Mike V with the RBs getting TDs in the linebacker party. LOL. Thanks, Mike V. Paul Rossi, 51-14. I love it. Awesome. Keep them rolling in, guys. We're going to get to our pick'ems here. Man, we might be on time tonight, Jerry. Maybe Scott's the one that pushes us over, dude. You know?
He does like to ramble on.
He does. Ramble on, dude.
Love you, bro.
All right, let's see what we got here. Week 6, the NFL. Panthers at Dolphins, 1:00 game. Who you got?
I go with Miami. They're kind of crazy right now, so gotta stick with them. Miami.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think I am also going to go with the Dolphins. What'd your brother got?
He picked Miami as well.
All right. Well, that was an easy one right there. Mike V's got 45-6 Bills. Casey's got 46-3 Bills. Let's see. Next pick.
This definitely is a game that we should handle. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
great game. The next 2 weeks are actually good games to come back to after a loss because we have New England the following week. So play the smart game. Play each team with the respect that they deserve, but they should be wins.
Yeah, absolutely. All of them should be, even against the good teams. Like I'm sick of like we have the capability to beat anybody. I know that. I've seen it. You know, if you were in that stadium for the Miami game, oh my God, they look like they could have just rolled any team that walked in there. I don't care who it was. They were the biggest, baddest dudes on the block, and the Bills destroyed them. And then they went across the pond and they did their thing, and it's got to be consistency. You know, you gotta just keep going. And these guys that are coming up, next man up, injuries, I don't care. Get in position and do your job. That's what it needs to be.
Agree.
John's, Finns, Lou RQ, anyone but the Finns. I feel you, man, but
I get it.
they're good. They're good. Oh, let's see. Daniel Green says Bills 35-7. We are looking at Patriots at Raiders. It's a 4:05 game in Las Vegas. I'll step right up here and say I'm going Raiders. The Patriots are a complete disaster right now, and it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Yep.
We got.
I'm following suit. I'm going Raiders. I agree. They're just there's that big debate. Was it Brady or Belichick? And I think we're finding out pretty good here.
Did you
Scott
see
went with New England though?
Did you see that tweet that Sal Capaccio put out? It was like some national pundit, and underneath it said, "Is Bill Belichick only a product of Tom Brady?" And they're like discussing it on the panel, and Sal wrote something funny about it, and I like underneath it I was just like, and the last horse crosses the finish line like 3 years. Tom Brady's been out of New England for 3 years, and that team has been garbage since then. They squeaked into the playoffs, and then they got beat the worst any team has in history of the playoffs. Like, I don't understand how all of that is catching up to him now, to where they're like, I wonder, do you think maybe he's not that great of a coach without Tom Brady? That's interesting. Where, again, you go any spot in time in Buffalo, man. If McDermott sneezed to the left instead of the right, they'd be like, I don't know if he's all that great. You know, like how the hell he didn't win Coach of the Year when he brought him out of the drought, I'll never know. But anyway, we'll push this into overtime way far if I get on that. What did your brother have?
New England.
He had New England?
Mm-hmm.
So you and I Raiders, him New England?
Yep.
All right. Eagles at Jets. That's another Sunday afternoon game.
I'll just write Philadelphia for everybody.
Yep.
Their Jets are kind of trying to keep it close with everybody they play, but they just can't pull it off, man.
Another guy who throws 2 touchdowns against the Chiefs, and then all of a sudden they're off of his case. You know, Zach Wilson, dude's biggest joke in the NFL. He loses to the Chiefs and throws 2 touchdowns, and everybody's like, this is the best game he's ever. Wow. Oh my God. That was Josh Allen threw for 300 yards on Sunday, dude, against a team that everybody knew it was like the darling AFC pick, the Jacksonville Jaguars. He threw for 300 plus yards and multiple touchdowns, and he's washed. He's not as good as everybody thinks. It's like this league is ridiculous, man. Like, I just can't. I don't understand.
New York team, New York quarterback.
Yeah.
You saw when Daniel Jones was winning for a minute there.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, he's next Josh Allen.
Oh yeah. Yep. Mac Jones too. Them Jones boys. What are they going to do? What are the Patriots going to do at quarterback, man?
They got to swallow their pride and get a new one.
Yeah. Well, think about that, Wal. Here we go, folks. We're in overtime. That's right. It's Patrick Hughes and Rob Mullen's favorite time of the night where we go over. And I guess I was wrong. It wasn't just Scott. It's all of us. So Mike V says trade for Kyler Murray. That's interesting, man. I think that's his answer to my question about what are they going to do at quarterback in New England. Jesus. Yeah.
A lot of money.
He's got that kind of like crappy attitude to go to New England. I could see that happening. All right. Uh-oh. You still
What
there?
happened?
Oh,
Yep.
I don't know. I got something popped up on my screen here. I think Scott tried to sign in and he's trying to kick us off right now, but we're still alive, so we're going to do this real quick. Garbage, we'll just do the trash bowl here. Vikings at Bears. That sounds good.
It is a trashy game.
Right? I'm going to go Bears. Justin Jefferson's going to be out. Cousins been getting his ass kicked. I think I'm going to go Bears. They're kind of on the up.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you. They beat the Commanders 40-20 last week. They got a taste of that win, and like you said, Justin Jefferson is out for 4 weeks at least. He's on the IR, I think. So we'll see what happens. He's a big target. Just throw it up to him. So yeah, let's go Bears. Let's go the Bears.
Hell yeah. Vikes win by 3 without JJ. Ooh, Paul Rossi. Lou RQ, Bears, Fields for 900 rushing yards. That'll make up for the first couple weeks. All right, guys. It's 9:03, man. I don't know about you, Jerry, man. I had a long day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very grateful for all of you guys hanging out here. Again, happy anniversary to our boy Scooter Magooter. He's a hell of a dude, and he's got a beautiful family. We're super, super happy for those guys. We're going to do a final thought here and close her down, man. Let's go, Jerry. What do you got?
Our Bills are 3-2. Still got a winning percentage, coming home to play a Sunday night game against the New York Giants. That night game, we have all weekend to just do whatever. Take the family out to a pick and patch, go celebrate some Halloween stuff with the kiddos, and then come home, have dinner, grab a beverage, and enjoy the game. This is a get-right game. I just got a good feeling about it. Settle down and watch the Buffalo Bills give the Giants an ass beating. And then we'll come back Tuesday and we'll chat football. And next week, Tuesday, we have special guest Mark Maddox joining us. So
Mr. Mark Maddox. Hell yeah.
It's going to be a fun night. So take care of each other. Hopefully the week goes by quick, and then we'll enjoy the weekend and Bills games. Go Bills.
Hell yeah. Rob Mullen, final thoughts. Rough one last week, and the NFL scheduling is giving us a punching bag this weekend. Down goes Frazier. I love it. I love it. Lonnie Cook, go Bills. Happy birthday, Swank. Love ya. Happy anniversary to the awesome couple. Hugs to all. Thanks, Lonnie. Really appreciate it. My final thought this week, man. Do not get down about being 3-2. There have been seasons where we were way worse off than 3-2 going into week 6. There's also been years where we were 3-2 and completely tanked out and didn't get over 500. It's a week-to-week league, man, and this is a good team. Like, you just got to go into each week positive. Don't lose your head, man. These guys they're good. They're good. The depth is good. The team is better than it's ever been since the 90s. So, going to this weekend with a positive head, man. Like, enjoy this game. Enjoy the attention they're getting. As far as like prime time goes, maybe not like the stupid articles about the stupid things, but enjoy that Buffalo's in the spotlight and people are happy to be Bills fans and cheering for this team. And that might just get you through that stupid London experiment bullshit. All right. Don't forget, you can join us every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on whatever damn channel or device or stream that you're watching this on. We're part of the Buff Fan Base Network and couldn't be happier to be part of that. If you've noticed tonight, right down here it said Scott 24/7B using his Zoom because he's got the Zoom account. You know me, I'm Swank 24/7BF. You can catch me on Twitter. You can catch Jerry over there, Scott, every social. We're all everywhere at 24/7 Buff Fandemonium. Check out our website. Check out our bonfire. Whew. Damn. Lots to check out, man. Try to keep you in the loop all year long. So have a great night and go Bills.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Teaching that blind man to sing. You might get the best of him, but you'll never fool me. Now, sweet talk to beanstalk, tell Jack to go and fetch your bang. Try that and upstate boy to a different kind of scene. Went off to college, but college done up me. Couldn't get my master's in truth and loyalty. I said, whoa, light that fuse and run. I said, whoa, I am my father's son. Light that fuse and run.